Sagittarius, welcome to the Everything is Energy channel. I am Faith, an intuitive tarot card reader, life coach slash spiritual coach slash spiritual advisor. Sagittarius, gang, 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 welcome. We are about to do a mirrors read, a dark shadows read, where we look in the mirror, see what's going on with ourselves, see what past experiences, right? Past hurts that's causing us present day effects, right? Affecting our well-being, our growth, got a grudge on our shoulder, affecting our health, affecting the way we deal with people, our money, our finances, whatever it may be, but most importantly, affecting our spiritual growth. All right, my lovely fire signs, welcome again to Everything is Energy channel. We're going to get one card from the Dark Mirrors deck, one card from the Power of the Moon Oracle deck. So just get you a message from the universe before we go into the tarot. I'm gonna make this reading quick and simple for you guys. I do this monthly, but I want you guys to get this views up. This is very important, that we look within, that we deal with self, get the introspection, look at the past things that we might have hidden and buried, to assist us again on our spiritual growth and path. You are a temporary human having a temporary human experience, okay? You are permanently a spiritual being. My cards have been pre-shuffled. They've been premeditated on just for you, Sagittarius. My spirit team is here, guaranteed. And we are ready to roll. So we're going to hop right into this reading, starting with getting one card, see what it is we want to work on this month. What spirit team is calling you to work on this month? What's going on? Talk to me, spirit team. One card. Going on with our Sagittarius. Triumph of lies, Sagittarius. We had this card for Taurus. What do you want to do? Okay, got it. I was finna say, do I want to pull this card and tell you to go watch the Taurus reading? Because this is a mirrors reading. So collective reading or not, this is going to resonate just in different stages and degrees. So when I asked what you want to do, they gave me another card. So we're going to pull this and go watch the Taurus reading. If you want to see the Taurus dark shadow reading, press on the Lotus flower down below. Press on videos and you can find a array of videos if you're interested in triumph over lies. What we have for you right now is I Won't Cry for You. Number 27 is here for you, Sagittarius. Number 22. I Won't Cry for You. So let's start with the number 22. We're going to have to break that down for tarot and numerology. 2 plus 2 is 4. So we're talking about some stability. We're trying to stable out some energy here. Somebody feels stagnant or something in some energy, and it needs to be stabled out with the number 22 making the number 4. Now this could be a little hidden to you, and that makes sense. This is a mirrors reading, a dark shadow. Most people ain't sitting them down trying to tackle issues that they've hidden from themselves, right? That's why we're here today. We realize, oh, this work got to be done on a consistent, ongoing basis so things don't build up inside of us. Listen, Sagittarius, with that number 2 showing some stagnant behavior, something that needs to be stabled out. We have this woman here, but we're talking male or female in tarot, right? But we do have this woman here. Interesting. I'm sorry, I seen geometrical shapes in her face, and my brain started going on a tantrum, and I'm stopping myself from doing that because I'm in the middle of reading. But I study so hard, I might come back to this card when I'm off camera and try to figure something that I just seen now. Anyway, regardless of sacred geometry, you guys, let's move forward to this reading. She has tears coming out of her eyes that are blood. She's holding like something in her hand. It's like a jewel, but it looks like a teardrop of blood, like a red big drop of blood that maybe they cried. So it says, I won't cry for you. This is clearly somebody who's holding back their emotions, right? Now, I have two energies here. This first energy came out, of course, it's about love, right? It's about love and heartbreak and someone feeling like they no longer want to shed any more tears in regards to this connection, this situationship, this relationship, this marriage, or however it may lie in your life, Aquarius. Also, it's about tired of shedding tears in each relationship. When it comes to relationships in general, I no longer cry. I don't include my heart. I don't, I'm not emotional, right? I've been hurt enough, and now I'm done with that. Also, I won't cry for you. It's also an energy of inner self work as well for some of you guys. Take it where it resonates, or take both energies. If they resonate, we're here to do the work. Let's not waste any time, right? So if I won't cry for you pertains to oneself, that would mean oneself is not feeling their emotions. They're putting a mask up. They're not going within. They're not looking at the past hurts, pains, actions, and experiences that caused them to be in this energy, right? Where they're blocked off, they closed off, and the point where they're not even crying for themselves. This person lacks emotions, could be even a narcissist even. And I say that lightly. Don't look at this video and get angry and say, did she call me a narcissist? You're going to instead look at this video and do what this video is about, looking in the mirror. If that resonates with you, then that resonates with you. Because it's very important to be honest with oneself. How the hell do we grow if we gotta always, everything is such a sensitive time. Now, if you say anything, you hurt a person's feelings. Listen, that's why we're in the predicament we're in. Nobody believe in honesty. We try to put on accountability on someone else. We'll make the action, and we want them to take accountability for it. If that's not happening, then we're gonna go to our religions, and we're gonna get accountability to the Son of Jesus. The Son of God, Jesus. And Jesus can die for my sins and take accountability for what I do. And all I have to do, if I'm Catholic, I'm going to go say 3 Hail Marys and confess my sins and move forward with my life. Look, guys, we can play all you want to. But if you're here today and you're still tuned in, this is not a joke. It's not a game. We got families here. We got people we love and care about in this world. So if we're not making it a better place, then we're just creating an unsafe haven for each other, including our loved ones. Moving forward, accountability, I won't cry for you, is a blockage, an inner blockage of emotions of one's heart due to the fact, yes, hurt and pain has taken place. We get that, Sagittarius. But if you're not willing to cry for yourself, then you definitely ain't willing to cry for others. Now, am I telling you, especially you men, to go out here and boo-hoo and cry at every damn thing like an empath do, such as myself? Heck no, this work ain't cut out for everybody. That's why we have different positions in life, so the world can go around interestingly and there'd be plenty to learn. If we all did the same thing, it'd be nothing to learn, and I will really be bored. I'm already agitated most of the time with the behavior and the way things go down. Now I'd be bored out of my mind. Moving forward again, Sagittarius, what I'm saying is we have to go look inside about these things, even if it's all the way to childhood, and say, what is it that makes me lack emotions, to make me feel empty, to make me feel like I'm numb? I'm numb to this love. I'm numb to crying. I'm numb to all of this shit because I'm maybe exhausted. I may be tired of being hurt. I'm guarded because, that's how I survive. It's protection. It's my protection mechanism. It's my fight or flight mode. This is how I fight, by just being numb. All right, well, you're not going to experience life completely. And remember, because everything is energy, quantum physically speaking, what you put out, you got to get back. And if you're going around here putting out, I won't cry for you, then guess what? No one's going to cry for you. And I mean that figuratively, literally, in any way you want to take it. Yes, all apply. Because you might say, I don't need nobody to cry for me. Well, sometimes you might need somebody to understand you. It's not about tears. It's figuratively as well. Sometimes you might need a human experience. Now, you're a spiritual being having a temporary human experience, but this is experience. Enjoy the experience. So if you're not willing to cry, you're not willing to enjoy the experience of life here, of this human experience. And part of that experience is crying for one another, being empathetic with one another, understanding others' needs, not just your own, being able to give, take, and receive. You see how that's a circle? You give love, I give love back. You give a hug, I give hug back. If you stay in the energy, I won't cry from you. It's like those people who don't hug me, get away from me. You cut me off, I'll kill this fool. Listen, we got enough of that. Let's get you a message. Talk to me, Spirit Team, what message you have for Aquarius. We have the owl that came out before. Let's take it back. Give me a message off the top for Aquarius. Something just for Aquarius. Talk to me. That's just for you, Aquarius. When Spirit Team wants something out, they want it out. So y'all seen me shuffle these cards on camera. I said, we pulled out the owl. I shuffled it. The owl came out. I took it back and I told Spirit Team, give me a message just for Aquarius, and I shuffled. And what came out? The owl. Nobody's playing with you. Unless you like to be played with, then you'll be sitting here playing with yourself, because Spirit Team is very serious about you. You understand? If they want to give you a message, they want to give you a message. And right now it's the owl. You need to follow your wisdom. You need to be wise about things you do and choices you make. You need to be wise when it comes to your heart. Now, maybe your heart is cold and callous because some things that hurt you, people, persons, places, and things, but were you being discerning? Were you using and following your intuition? That's what the owl do. They're not just wise for no reason. They're a highly connected spiritual being. All birds are. Love and gratitude. That's why when I seen a cat kill a bird and didn't eat it, you mean you killed something and you didn't eat it? It just rubbed me wrong. Anyway, we back. It says, a crisis will allow you to look into yourself and make an important revelations. A crisis will allow you to look into yourself and make an important revelation. Faith. What does that mean, Aquarius asks? Well, Aquarius, that means that there's things that go on through our life. There's metamorphosis, phenomena, frequency raise, frequency drops, kundalini activation, chakra activations, stirs of ethers, hell, bursting of atoms. You understand? Look, I can go on and on about metaphysical and how it relates to your physical. But really, what's happening is a epiphany. Come on now, if you will, follow me. There's a crisis that's going to push you into an epiphany, right? And it's going to allow you to look into yourself, in, right? We're going to look in. And then we're going to make an important revelation about why won't I cry for you? Whether it's yourself or others. If you're not crying for yourself, you're not crying for others, in period. That's it. They all run hand in hand. Everything's connected on a one. So you can't separate the energies. That's an illusion. We're going to get into the tarot and we're going to move forward. Talk to me, Spirit Team, about the number 22. I won't cry for you. Why is Aquarius going through this energy? I won't cry for you. Talk to me. Strength card. Major Arcana. Happy Squirrel. And 5 of Cups. All right. I won't cry for you. First card out is Strength. The reason you practice this is because you're trying to practice strength. Again, it's protection. You're trying to protect your heart from hurting any further or anymore. So you numb it. You numb it like Novocaine. Some of you guys might be doing substances to numb your heart, your mind, your brain, and it's a total human experience. Listen, that ain't real strength. It's all illusions. My lovely, lovely Aquas, I love you. I do enough to sit here and tell you, stop that right now. Shut that down. Shut it down. You're playing with yourself. Real strength come within. Real strength don't need a mask. It don't need to hide from nothing. It's going to be right here, coming front and center, ready to tackle and deal with the problems, whether they outside of them or inside them. But we start in first and watch how it trickles into our outer world and things start lying down perfectly. Now listen, you think putting up this facade of being numb to pain and not crying for you, and that's type of energy, right? You think this making you happy and keeping you protected. You think it's strength. It's showing you, giving you protection. It's a sign of practicing strength for you, and that makes you feel happy and content. And in real life, behind closed doors, we got the 5 of Cups. emotional pain, regret, sorrow, mourning, loss. And do you not see that person covered up in all those garments, looking like a Sufi Muslim, but they're not a Muslim, and they're looking where? In the mirror at themselves, realizing how unhappy they are, how much they really do want to cry, and how much this numbing facade is not really working for me. That is your crisis, this Five of Cups. It says a crisis will allow you to look inside into yourself and make an important revelation. Well, here it is. You realize in your revelations, this crisis of having to look in the mirror at yourself made you realize you're not happy with this current situation, with the way you've been living, the way you've been numbing yourself to pain. So let's do this right now as the spiritual coach and advisor part of this reading of Everything is Energy channel. We gonna coach you out. We about to get you out of this I won't cry. First, we got to start where? Inside, right? We got to recognize false strength. We got to take this owl wisdom you was born with, and we got to start using it and doing what's healthy for our spiritual growth and well-being. We need to start alone. We need to spend time alone. We need to go within and get ready to make a choice, right? To change our lives. We have to choose this with free will. No one can do this work for you. No one can walk this walk with you. You have to take this walk. You have to choose to change your life. You have to want to change. Where do we start? In the mirror. In the mirror. This is what's going to feel like a crisis. This is what's going to hurt the most. Is when we look in the mirror and realize why I won't cry for you is here. Why these blood tears is here. Why is it a big tear of blood dropping in my hand? People trying to load off their pain and their problem to you, but you're not fully equipped and able to do it. Look, you're not the spiritual coach here. Some of you guys may be, then you shouldn't even be feeling this pain is something light. But if you're not a coach and you're not in the energy where you can help people heal out of their mirror, right? Healing out of their mirror. I mean, this person has to do the work themselves. If you can't help coach them through, and the only way you can help coach them through is if you continuously do this work yourself. You know it, like the back of your hand, you do, right? So basically, let's get the coaching ourselves out of this by going into the mirror. This is your epiphany. When we look into the mirror, we're going to see that something's off here. It's something I'm doing wrong. There's things that I need to look at about myself. I need to pay attention because I'm sitting here acting and try to act like I got a bunch of strength and going around here like I'm happy, go jaw lucky, la 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 la, la 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 la. And really, when nobody's looking, I'm in sorrow. I'm in regret. I'm in mourning. And most of all, I'm mourning who the hell I am. Now look, how do we find ourselves? We got to look inside. And when I say in the mirror, I don't mean figuratively. I don't mean literally. Go get in front of the mirror. No, your mirror is in your head. They're in your head. This is a mental experience. So I need you to go find a dark place, love and gratitude. I need you to go find some time by yourself and alone. I need you to go look at self and say, hey, Sagittarius, say, hey, you know what? This happened, that happened. I remember this hurt me. I remember this in my childhood. Yeah, those things you don't want to look at. Those things you don't do. I remember this in this relationship. Hell, I remember I slapped the hell out of this last woman I was with. My child's mother in front of my children. I remember I did this terrible thing. Well, let's face it so we can fix it and make sure we don't do a terrible thing no more and we don't get stuck in past regret with dark clouds around us. It's okay. We all made mistakes. Now, where the problem come in is when we do these behaviors and we don't stop them. We don't fix it. We don't look at it and see where it's coming from. Now, if you're not willing to do that work, you ain't even in this reading right now. You've already clicked off. It's been 19 minutes. You're not here. So I know if you hear, you do not want to be a person that hurt people or a person who's not willing to cry for yourself or others. So we're ready to move forward. We're ready to move forward. So we're going to go in our thoughts. When one meditates, these things come up. They come up and they surface so that we can know what to work on, so that we can see them inside and open Pandora's box and release and clear this energy. How do we do that? By understanding the assignment. Now remember, you're a spiritual being having a temporary human experience. When you go into these past hurts and regrets, I don't want you to go in there as no human. That's going to break you down and make you weak. You got to go in there and understanding that you are connected to the oneness and everything is happening for you and not to you. You go in there like a superhero, a lion. You understand? And you know you are in charge of your destiny and you can recreate your own reality like we do on a continuous basis. Now, if you have that understanding, now it's time to work. It's time to work. Now it's safe to go do this mirror work. It's safe. Because if you got a human experience, you're just going to look at yourself like you an evil monster or somebody who people don't appreciate and you're not deserving of love and being treated well. That's all false news. The reason those false insecurities present themselves because society forgot to tell us, like they used to do back in the day, go within, not to Jesus. Don't do that. Go to Jesus for something else. Do not come to Jesus for inner shadow work because Jesus told you go within. God dog it, I know that book. Y'all don't even want to go there. Y'all don't want to play with me in these books and stories and stuff. I do this. So I know Jesus several times over and over repeated himself, right? The character in that book literally thought people were slow. The way he repeated himself and repeated himself. I am God, ye are gods. Go within. In. You got. Okay, let's move forward. Once Sagittarius do this work, what's the outcome once Sagittarius do this work, please? Wow, the Empress is showing up every time. The Empress and the High Priestess. That's amazing, Sagittarius. Love and gratitude. I'm happy for you. Peace and respect. Once you do this work, you turn into the Empress. Love and gratitude, Taurus, Libra energy. And the High Priestess. That's your intuition is strong. Now you become a High Priestess. You become a wise owl lining up for you like it's supposed to do. But you have to let this go. You have to start going looking within and understand that you have a blockage up due to things that has happened, things that you have done. You're blocking your heart. Tears are natural. Allow them to flow. Allow yourself to go back into time and bring up those things that make you cry and break you down so much you got snot running out of your nose. They want to call it the dark night of the soul. Well, I want to call it the day, night, and evening of the soul because this work needs to be done continuously. So do it whenever you need to. But the reason they say the dark night of the soul because this epiphany happens. This thing happens to you. Some of you guys be waking up at 3:33, waking up at 3:30 in the mornings, and 3:33 they call it the witching hour. Really, it's the hour that you're sensitive and you're more heightened as your natural self, which is a spiritual being having a temporary human experience. Remember, you guys, you're spiritual beings. You're connected on a oneness, and when you go do this work, already know you're perfectly imperfect. Already know that these things were set in place to make your best you. Your better you, not to hinder you, keep you back and stuck. Only reason you got stuck is you just took it and you rode with it and allowed it to be. No one tackled it. No one seen if I open this package, what is really inside because the package has spikes all on it. Well, hell, I'm gonna act like a scientist. I'm about to go find me and create a tool that can get past those spikes. We're going to bust that thing open with a stick if we got to and see what the treasure is inside. Well, that's what you need to do. You need to go within and find the treasure inside of you. And remember, it lies in your perception. The glass is either half full or half empty. And once you do these things, don't worry, you will naturally start to change. I know y'all wondering, y'all like, look, wish fulfillment is here too after you do that with the 10 of cups. Interesting. Anyway, I know you guys thinking, well, you know, so I can keep doing bad things and then I'll just keep working on them. No, don't worry. They say, Faith, you ain't said nothing about the people who were doing bad. You know, what about them and what if I want to do bad again? Don't worry. You do this work, your frequency rises. Right? Everything's energy here. And when your frequency rises, it's certain shit you just not gonna do. It's certain shit you just not gonna be involved in. It's certain shit you're gonna look at like this shit is ridiculous, and you're gonna look at people like, what the hell is wrong? Something's off. The intelligence level, the frequency is low. You're gonna want to go watch the movie Idiocracy 50 times because you're gonna feel like it was a serious. It wasn't a prediction. They knew it was coming. You guys, this is your reading. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. Press that like button, help the channel grow. I'm grateful, you guys. If you want a free private reading, comment down below. Look out for your reply. Make sure you subscribe. Everything you need to know is in the description box down below. My lovely Sagittarius, including booking a private reading with me. Sagittarius, I am Faith, and I love you guys. The key is loving yourselves more. The reason I can love you is because I love myself. You see how it works? If I did not love myself, I'd be hating on you in some way. I would not want the best for you in some way. I would not cry for you. Love and gratitude. Have a great week.